stop the spread of communism. No.
Oh.
Well, welcome to Blaze and Squirrel. I am Blaze.
Squirrel.
It's great to be with y'all tonight.
So, we're just starting this. Basically, we're gonna sit here, talk about things, have fun, and you're on the train with us. So, got anything? What you got?
We're gonna get deep. We're gonna get logical. We're gonna get you thinking for sure.
That's the idea. We'll see what happens.
All right. So, I know you've heard about the eclipse that's coming up.
Yes, I have heard about the eclipse going. They're actually selling eclipse glasses at Circle K.
Right, but have you heard that the FBI is putting out warnings for it?
What?
Yeah. They're putting out saying that you should definitely make sure that you're prepared just in case something happens.
Yeah. I mean, I could see, solar eclipse. I mean, you just don't... You don't want to hurt your eyes, and they sell things so you can actually look at it without having your eyes blasted.
No, I mean, I'm talking they were saying there could be power outages and stuff.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why they would say that there's going to be power outages. What could it be? There's been solar eclipses happening since the last time we've had electricity.
Yeah.
There's been no power outages.
I don't know. The only thing I can think of is it would be the perfect time for somebody to come along and try to mess with somebody's electricity or something.
Maybe. It could be, definitely.
Or, what better time to do some sort of, weird attack than during a solar eclipse when everybody else is distracted.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
That's fair. Alright. So, for sure about the kids being introduced to the, what the PC way to say this, the LGBTQ
community?
Yes.
Yes, okay. I mean, that's something that's been around for quite a while now.
I mean, that's correct.
So, yeah.
And I have no problem to it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's you. You can do anything you want.
Yeah.
But introducing it to little kids that can't exactly formulate a thought about it yet. They're not in the right mind to.
Well, going on with that, little kids, they have the little, there's always been that, kid crush, how in love type thing. It's gonna happen with or without.
But do you think it's the mindset you can make in order to decide if that is something that you want? Or do you think it's more that it's being forced?
Well, it's gonna be part of growing up anyway. They're gonna come across it, and they're gonna be curious. They're gonna be unsure. It's part of growing up.
But in elementary school.
In elementary school, you don't really. But of course, there were kid crushes in elementary school.
Oh, there's kid crushes, but nothing like that ever happens.
Yeah. I had a girlfriend in 3rd grade.
Quote unquote.
Yeah.
I was just sitting together at lunch, having lunch together.
Yeah, we called each other outside. We tried to do the big kids do and all that. So I wouldn't really count it as a relationship because you weren't old enough to really know what was going on.
No.
You
just
doing
had the
things.
title. You just had the title.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was. Do you think it should be outlawed from being in public school? Do you think any action should be taken?
That outlawing it would definitely be too far.
Yeah, absolutely.
But they already have a thing in place, PDA, public display of affection. Cut down on that.
Okay.
And they have that in general.
But you've seen the videos of where the kids wearing in the class, the teachers wearing a dress in the classroom. It's a guy teacher, and he got fired over it, and he was trying to get sued, and everybody was turned against him. Oh yeah, it was serious.
Whew.
Serious controversy over that.
Oh yeah. I think if you're, because that's what cross-dress trans type thing or whatever it was.
But do you think a teacher should be introduced? Like, let's put it this way, teacher. If you had a kid in the 3rd grade, all right, you want this kid to grow up and you want to do great things.
Yeah.
That's your kid. And you're going to want him to be in that classroom. You would be okay with that?
For me, it would be if the teacher can deliver if anybody can deliver their process of thinking without saying, hey, this is the way you need to think. Because it's a situation where, you're exposed to that. They're going to be exposed to that at some point anyways. But having that teacher come in dressed like that, and if a student asks, why are you wearing a dress? And if he says, hey, because this is what I feel comfortable wearing. This is part of who I am. But it's not something that if you don't like it, you don't have to, kind of thing. He still should be treated like a human being.
Absolutely treated like a human being.
Yeah.
Maybe. But.
They're gonna just cancel on our first episode. Congratulations. Play Squirrel. Cancel!
No. I mean, definitely treated like human beings, but I don't know if I could feel comfortable with my kid being in that. I feel like my kid should be able to come up with his own conclusions without somebody else influencing anything. He should be comfortable enough to do that.
That's almost impossible, though, because they're going to have influences from everywhere.
There is.
But
a teacher should not be portraying that to students, I don't feel.
I mean, like, while you're at... Yeah, definitely have like...
In school. You cannot be like that.
Yeah. Well, I would think that's for any job place where there's... Especially if there's a uniform set and, follow that. Like, if you're a guy and the uniform is, hey, dress smart, but that makes sense to me.
Yeah,
something like that. I don't know that he should have been fired over it. That was a little bit of an overreaction.
You can't quote me on that. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
But
if he got fired,
I know there was definite big controversy of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But, alright. So, going back to power outages.
Yeah.
Say, what if the power goes out here? What is your plan? What are you going to do?
Power goes out here, I mean...
Like, if shit hits the fan, got to get out of Dodge.
I am probably going to grab my arsenal, throw it in my car.
That's good.
Go to my grandmother's house, where the rest of the arsenal is, and, just be prepared.
That's fair.
That's worst case scenario, which I doubt is going to happen, but,
No. Probably not going to happen. Just one of those questions, age-old questions. If you were getting overrun by 100 third graders or even 500 third graders, what would you do?
Yeah. Well, grab one of them, windmill around, use him to beat all the others, Step one, always go in with a plan of attack. No matter what the scenario, have a plan.
Always think of it. Always try to be 3 to 4 moves ahead, and you could basically have it with no effort.
Yeah. Because if you're prepared for it, if you have a plan of attack, you at least have an idea of what to do no matter what.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Hands down, best information to know.
So stay safe out there. If there are power outages for some reason, don't panic. The number one way to get injured is to panic.
Yes. If you just stay calm, everything will be alright.
Yeah. Always have a plan. Be prepared. Just have stuff set off. Just decide. Prepare. All the safety things they tell you, especially when you're a kid in school and they have those little safety classes. Oh, if there's a storm, make sure your family does this.
Let me go out there and duck my head.
Yeah, tornado's coming. Get down. Put your hands over your head. The only thing it does is it protects you from, kind of protects you from possible cranial damage. But
I felt like I was going to die.
There's nothing you can really do. It's really to make the kids feel secure. Because there's nothing you can really... If a tornado's coming and it warns you... Yeah. It's to make you feel better. It's to keep the kids from panicking.
What about the airplanes? All right. What do you think about like the position? Do you think there's a conspiracy that like when the airplanes crash and they put you in a position to die?
Actually, no. I watched a video actually on that topic where they talked about the position they have you sit in. It's you're in a plane. The position they have you sit in actually mitigates damage the most, but still you're in a plane. You're in a flying tube in the air. If it comes down and something happens, where are you gonna go? What are you gonna do? Like, you're stuck in for the ride. The only thing they have you do, especially with like putting your head down, you know, it gives you a support. So but it's not meant to harm you anymore. They actually go off of statistics and try to find the best.
What if you're gonna go down in the plane? All right.
Yeah.
All right. Why not just equip every airplane with a flotation device around the seat and a parachute? We used to do it in 1942. Why can't we do it now?
The thing, parachutes. If you don't know what you're doing in a parachute, you're gonna hurt yourself.
It's ejecto seat. Oh, it does it by
itself. Okay, you're saying the seat itself has a parachute attached to it.
Yes.
Gotcha. Okay, that could work. The question is then what? I would say how much does it cost, but you have to ask yourself what's the cost of human life, really. But then you have to, with any safety measure, you have to think what's feasible.
I mean, that's feasible.
Well, then
they already give you a flotation device.
Yeah.
Okay, just add it to the seat.
Well, I mean, if they give you a personal flotation device already, why do you need a flotation device on the seat? Especially if they already have one that comes out of the plane itself. But the plane itself has a raft that the staff can.
Well, then that's fair.
Yeah.
All right, boom. You already get one. That's fair. I didn't think about that. I'm just thinking about the seat. You could just stay in your seat. You was floating on your seat instead of being in the water.
Just be completely and totally in for the ride.
Yeah. Thinking long term, not short term.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, having a parachute wouldn't be that hard. You just have a button. I mean, the plane's already going to crash anyways. Might as well just have a button that automatically releases and then just breaks it in half.
Yeah.
You build freaking, or just like the side of it pulls out and just drops you.
Yeah, that would. But then the mechanism you have to put in place, you'd actually have to have a mechanism set in place without compromising the integrity of the plane. That pretty much takes down the whole side, because it having like one slot open isn't going to do it. When you have to have that same slot for a bunch of others.
You would make the only way is this way to extend out like a camper and just drop you.
Yeah, then you'd have to have ribs. You'd have to like fix something to the ribs of the plane itself.
And then the wings.
Yeah,
people get dropped on the wings.
Like you have to you get into a point where logistics doesn't make sense to have it. It's economical to have it. That's the biggest problem with any safety thing. You want to be protected from absolutely everything.
Just go back with a hot air balloon, man. That's the way to go.
I mean, hey, if it pops, I jump out, have fun, right?
I guess. Like parachute out of it, be quick.
Yeah. That parachute set off to the side or like in the basket. Now those things set down like really hard. But there's no way. You just have to brace for the landing.
That's crazy. I feel like you can perfect it.
Possibly, you can probably give it some kind of landing gear. Yeah. Just something to absorb the impact. Because they come down kind of hard.
Oh, yeah. I don't know. But you gotta think, what about Up? The guy, perfects
the balloons and stuff. Yeah.
He perfected it, so...
Well, my issue... Well, the only thing with that is, first off, a grate in a fireplace is not holding the weight of the entire house. Second off, he did not have enough balloons, and Pixar confirmed they did not animate enough balloons for what he did. So, yeah, didn't have enough balloons in the first place.
But I'm just saying, I'm not saying that you're getting all these balloons to lift up a house. I'm saying that there might be a way to perfect a landing with no landing gear to just gently land on the ground with hot air balloon.
Well, I guess if you had okay, so you
have
a burner.
A hot air balloon. Man.
Yeah, because I've got a burner to put air up into the balloon. I've got something that can pull the release of the air for landing. I don't know if you could have like a second stage burner that burns less, but still gives it enough lift to kind of smooth the landing, maybe. You know, hey, engineering problems. We're solving them right here.
Absolutely.
You know?
We're gonna figure it out. We
don't need a degree.
We can build one of those and just easily experiment.
Yeah.
You want to go see the top of the mountain, Jordan? It's a quick 5-minute hot air balloon ride.
Yes. Why would we even listen to that?
Yeah, maybe like 3, 2 or 3.
It's not a very big mountain.
Imagine going through the McDonald's drive-thru.
Oh, working that out. The height restriction, the strings get caught up in the thing.
Just park it there.
Hold on, kids, we're going to the drive-thru.
Just park it there and just leave it.
We permanently parked.
That'd be crazy.
The mat, oh man, getting that out and untangled. You just have to cut the whole thing off the basket and throw it away. All right,
We're
canvas.
We're gonna start over. Is there a certain canvas that you have to use for that? Like, I might actually want to build that. Just to say I've been in a hot air balloon.
Yeah, I mean, they actually, I don't know where it is. There's actually somewhere you can go where they actually give hot air balloon rides.
I
It's an
want
actual
to
thing.
build one. Why can't I build one? Is there a restriction saying I cannot build one?
Not that I know of. I mean,
Google it. Let's see. We're gonna find out if there's a restriction, because if there's not, I will have my own personal hot air balloon. I'd be the coolest guy around.
Yeah.
You see him?
Or
He way up there. Why can't you get way up there? I can already hear all the girls saying that.
Come on a date, have a whole picnic in the sky when you come down. The whole table crashing down.
That'd be crazy. No. That'd be terrible. She gets like 2 black eyes out of it and everybody thinks that you beat her ass. And you're like, nah, we fell out of a hot air balloon. And they're like, no, you didn't. That's a lie. And they're like, no.
I don't care.
Nobody believes me.
Is it legal to fly your own homemade hot air balloon?
No. It's gonna say no, probably.
It is indeed completely illegal to fly your own homemade hot air balloon.
What? Alright, that's a bet.
Without a permit or license in a rural area. Federal aviation ultralight regulations cover both ultralight balloon flights and ultralight airship as well.
What's that mean? Break it down.
Okay, so there are regulations for ultralight and federal aviation ultralight regulations. There are regulations for like what you can do is generally like an ultralight vehicle, which are like ultralight balloon flights, or like the ultralight airplane things like the gliders and stuff. The small ones that just have the one propeller on the back. And it's like a glider with a propeller.
Because you got to take it off with the airplane.
Yeah, like there are regulations for them, and they're covered. You don't have to have like a pilot's license or anything to use them. Kind of deal. I think that it looks like that covers hot air balloons as well.
Okay. Jordan, you want to go fly a hot air balloon? Hot air balloon pirates, we're gonna take over planes.
Yeah, we have to plan it like miles in advance so we get it with just the right height. They'd see us coming, you know, it'd be our luck. They see us coming, just
Right.
we gotta maneuver. Wave a fan up the side.
Nah, we could design something, man. There might be like
strap a propeller to it, you know, like the glider. You just and just float along. Maybe. I mean, you're not going to be able to move very fast.
Kind of propeller
the jet is going to win.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. 100%. But you're telling me that I could just get to and from work in a hot air balloon?
Potentially. I don't know if there are light on stuff when you land.
Just land in a parking lot.
Yeah.
That's what I do.
Yeah?
I take handicap. I ain't gonna be there just a minute.
Take up the handicap parking space with your hot air balloon.
Imagine somebody's waiting on it and you just land in.
Or land on top of a vehicle.
Sorry.
You're gonna set off an alarm for sure. I'll probably bust a few windows. That hood's not meant. The roof is not meant to take that.
See, that's why you gotta go out into the rural area and perfect your craft first before you
Yeah.
come up and drift a hot air balloon. Speaking of drifting,
Okay.
we
Not
do
that
enjoy
segue.
cars.
Yes, we also that is a field. That is an
All right.
entire.
If
field
you were
of
gonna pick a drift car, what would your car be?
Ooh. You know, it has to be something rear wheel drive.
Oh, of course.
Yeah. of
I mean,
course.
granted, you
Just gonna-
can drift a
Yeah.
front wheel drive
Yes,
car.
I've
It is
done that,
possible.
but,
I've done it.
Don't ask us where.
Chevy Sonic 2012, actually.
Had
Had the handbrake right here. Yeah, it was great.
Okay. I mean, I've drifted a Marquis, Grand Marquis,
Yeah.
because like the rear wheel drive handle excellently.
Yes.
It wasn't that bad.
No. I've drifted a 97 1500 with a 6-cylinder in it.
That was your old truck, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
Old truck. I've drifted it. Man,
Nice.
it was nice. I mean, there was a couple times I almost hit some signs. We're not going to talk about that.
It'll buff.
You live and learn.
Yeah, it'll buff.
All right, drag
Flashbacks.
car.
Ooh, drag. Ooh.
We'll come back to drift car because that's a hard one.
Yeah,
But
because
if
drift
you-
car. There are a lot of options. For
American
drag
muscle
car.
drag car.
Yes. Oh, like old school Chevelle, maybe. You probably get like a Camaro. Put
You
something-
know how a Chevelle holds in my heart.
Oh yeah.
Family car.
Oh.
Oh. Good old 69 Chevelle, burnished brown. Hurst 4-speed in that guy.
Ooh.
396 board up to a 402.
Oh, that sounds nice. That sounds really nice. Okay, so. What would you choose for like a drag car? Like, what would your?
In all honesty. Alright, so we going classic or modern American muscle here? Classic, modern, or retro? Retro being like 80s, 90s.
Let's go retro. What'd you do for a retro? You know,
Retro?
old school.
Alright, so like. I really like that 78 Camaro.
Ooh, oh
The
yeah.
long front end.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I can see that.
Reinforce it with some X-bars inside the chassis.
Oh yeah.
Put a slap shifter in it.
Just just shift like a dream.
Oh,
Speed,
yeah.
just speed shift.
Oh yeah, 100%. Why need 6 gears when you can have 2 or 3, and they're just enormously long?
Just extra long.
Exactly.
All the horsepower.
Yeah, you're getting all to wheel horsepower. I see no downside.
Who needs traction when you can make the wheel spin at Mach Jesus?
Absolutely. We're going with definitely maybe putting probably 400 small block Pontiac in it.
Ooh,
That would
yeah.
be a good choice. But, not going with a big block, obviously. Or, if not that, a 427.
Yeah. Speaking of engines, there's one guy that keeps coming in. He's telling. I told him he had a modified 350. He's got a 383 stroker.
Yeah.
And I told that's what it is. It's a modified 350. It's a 350 with a 454 crankshaft. 400 crankshaft in it. I'm like, it's a modified 350.
Yeah.
Because that's not an engine that was ever put into a Chevy. Ever.
No.
That
It
wasn't
was-
a production engine.
I mean, they did produce it, but it was for, if I'm not mistaken, it was for like NASCAR.
Yeah, probably. Because
Like before they went to the 427, unless they always used the 427. I'm not gonna quote me on that, but I've seen a production 383, but not in a car.
yes.
It was like a crate engine at for sure.
Yeah,
Like
it's not
like the
something that
six-
Chevy ever like stock just put in a vehicle
Like
and
this,
sold to people.
like the 632. Have you seen that thing?
I have not, but I'm scared.
Oh man, that thing is enormous. I've not seen it in person, but I've seen it in comparison to a person. That thing is huge.
Nice.
Now the
Okay.
block is 632 cubic inches. That's what it means.
Yeah.
To put this into
The
perspective,
power.
the 7.3 that is in the diesels, the diesel motherfucking 7.3
Yeah.
is like 500. So bigger than that, plus you have a blower on it.
It's like, did someone say power?
Everybody wants to go to EVs.
Yeah.
Why? Chevy just got onto a new thing.
Oh, yeah, protecting the environment.
Man, and Bugatti, man, somebody hurt their feelings.
Oh no, I think I might have heard about this. But go ahead.
Somebody hurt their feelings, man, because they came out with a V16.
Oh,
Not a W16.
that's a lot of cylinders. 16. Now the question is, did they do dual spark plugs in each cylinder, or single spark plugs in each cylinder?
Now that is something for Google. That I'm not sure about, but
It was Bugatti that made the V16, right? Or is it
Bugatti?
Bugatti made the V16 engine?
Yes,
All right.
but definitely somebody hurt their feelings. Like AMG must have been like, your Bugattis are terrible, or even BMW. Bullshit.
W16.
No, the V16.
The V16 Bugatti. Okay, there, V16 engine. Let's just do this. Yep, there's a video on it right there at the top. Bugatti has developed a V16 engine. Oh, here, I have Wikipedia. There's a wiki page on it. All right.
Is that the V or the W? That's the W.
That's the W. Dang it. I asked for a V16. Why are you showing me stuff for a W16?
It's a different way. I don't know why.
Oh.
Now a rotary engine sounds nice, but
I'm sorry, the W16. This is W16, obviously, but the W16. Oh, it's an 86 millimeter piston stroke.
alright, so this is like 30 centimeters.
Yeah.
80 millimeters.
Got full. Like they said, you get all the intake.
Oh, you want a long cylinder? Is that what you said? You said you want all of it to burn? Yeah.
Like, it's definitely not fuel efficient. Like that is. Yeah, y'all couldn't see that. There was a slight technical hiccup, but you know, editing exists. So we were talking about the VW, not the VW, the W16.
Yes. VW is the Volkswagen.
Yeah. Yeah, that thing. Like, that is. Oh, which car has?
That's odd though.
Cadillac 16.
What?
Cadillac's V16 engine can trace its roots as far back as the 1930s,
Interesting.
when it was used to power various models like the Series 452, before simply vanishing into the pages of history. Bugatti's not the first V16.
What?
Cadillac.
Interesting. That.
And of course, that's also back when gasoline cost like what, $0.25 a gallon, a nickel,
Right.
maybe.
But that was expensive to them, man. I wish that was expensive to us.
Yeah, but inflation, you know.
Inflation? Is that what we're gonna call it?
Well, that's what it is. It's inflation. Even if it is artificial inflation, it is inflation.
At least we agree that it is man-made. It is caused by none less than ourselves.
Yeah. Like, even as artificial, like, of course you could fix it by, stop printing money for, like, several months.
Billions of purposes that we don't even know about.
Yeah, I mean, if they just stopped printing money and just let money circulate,
I mean,
value would start going back up. Because it would, unless they did the thing where it's like, oh no, it's just going to remain the same.
okay, so like, you know how we paid out like 40-something billion to Ukraine? I don't know the exact figure, I'm not going to quote it, but it's billion, somewhere in the billions. But
that's a whole situation.
you know we have troops over there?
Yeah.
They are on the ground.
This I have heard of. It's like, we're getting involved in a conflict we really don't need to get involved in.
Alright, man. Last 2 conflicts we've been in, we lost.
Now, are you counting the Afghanistan? Because
last 3 conflicts we've been in,
well, we
lost.
didn't really lose Afghanistan. We decided to pull out and just
You're telling me...
Fend for yourselves.
Okay. We still lost. What did we lose? We lost tanks, armors, guns, vehicles, everything. Alright?
Come on.
In Vietnam, we lost the main objective, which was to stop the spread of communism. It was originally to take down communism, but then they said, oh, we'll just stop the spread after they lost. Alright, the Korean conflict, that was the same thing.
Yeah.
And they lost before. That's why everybody was against the Vietnam War. But thank you to all of our veterans. We do appreciate it because they would have taken communist.
I'm not that old. I was not in any kind of conflict like that, but
no.
Yeah, I'm not that old. Of course, if this beautiful face says I'm that old, there's a problem.
I mean, but still, it was the most hated war. But now we have Ukraine, that is the most supported war.
Yeah.
Why is it that they want us so involved with this war?
Well, we've also changed, especially. I get the social climate's a little bit different. I think, and it's people think that, especially with America, it's hey, we are the greatest country in the world. It's our job to make sure everybody's as great as we are. So,
need to be involved in everything. It's any of your business.
We don't. Sometimes we need to sit back and let people do stupid things themselves and suffer their own consequences.
The best thing America can do.
Yeah.
Mind their own freaking business, man. You want to go over here, snoop out Europe, snoop out Russia, snoop out China, all this shit. And for what?
Oh, they've been doing that since forever.
Well, yeah.
The gathering intel just in case, I guess, but I don't. Well, Europe and all that. It's more of a collaboration.
I understand it, but maybe stop putting your worry in somebody else's. Man, that's like stealing food off my plate.
Yeah.
That's the same thing. I should stab you for stealing food off my plate.
And for everybody who's confused about how this conversation got here, we don't know. It just happens. The conversation just goes.
We're floating. Yeah. We're floating. We're cooking.
Just don't worry about it. Oh boy.
All right, we're gonna take a turn here and go from one major issue to another. Definitely.
Of course.
Feminism. Do we stand for it or do we sit down?
Well, since we have chosen to go on to a hotly debated topic that's like walking on eggshells, no matter what.
So in order to not be walking on eggshells, we need to ask a few questions, base questions. Right? What defines feminism? The feminism movement. Let's be more specific.
Oh boy.
We'd say equality with men. Right?
Oh yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, let me counter that question because we're just going to counter every point.
Yeah, because why not?
What rights do women not have that men have?
Well, I would say it's more, especially in this day and age, it's more of an unspoken kind of limitation, like glass ceiling. Because there are some situations where women have had the same position as men, and they've made less money on it, stuff like that.
Well, and
I think we just talked ourselves into a corner.
We're getting to the point.
Pull out the flowers, get on one knee, and say, "Please don't hurt us."
We're getting to the point where it's we do different things. And that's what a lot of people need to understand. Yes, men need to be appreciated for what they do, and women also need to be appreciated for what they do because we do completely different things.
Oh yeah, there's definitely.
Men are capable to see things long distance, see movement long distance. Women can keep track of 7 different things at one time. It's in their blood.
Yeah, it's almost like they have a calendar. That rolls behind their eyes to keep track of everything.
If you ever noticed,
they've got motion sensors built in.
Basically, but men, when talking to their boy, You don't know where he's been the past 7 months. All right, hasn't talked to you. When you get off that phone, you're still not gonna know where he's been the past 7 months.
Yeah, it's just like, hey man, what's up? How's
It's been a while since I heard from
like,
you.
Yeah.
I've been off doing some things. That's all you're gonna. Well, he's been off doing some things.
Oh,
well,
and
where was?
Yeah, if you had a conversation that started 5 years ago, you're picking up that conversation.
Absolutely.
Like
that's just men and women. They're like, well, what was he doing? I don't know. He said he was off doing some things.
It's like it's not for me to pry into that.
No, they want to get down to everything.
They want to have an address. They want a phone number. They
want everything.
Like,
they want the social
who
security number, the date of birth, the zodiac sign. Like, good Lord, the time of birth. Fellas, if a girl ever asks you the time of birth, bro, run opposite way.
The doctors do that already. Live that because if you look at your birth certificate, it's got a time of birth.
Yeah, that's once is enough, and you don't ever need to know again. That is a red flag on the play.
Good. Red flag on the play. Yep.
Challenge.
Whew.
Okay, so now what describes masculinity on the opposite of feminism? Because we've described what the feminism.
I think in both situations you bring up what the stereotypes are, especially like masculinity. You get the whole lift weights, total bro vibes. That's the.
So you describe
the stereotype. Yeah, the stereotype.
Like sod it.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
That's the stereotype.
All
but
right.
I think masculinity so much has been kind of pulled away from that.
Now, okay, would you say that that would be toxic masculinity, being like the chat? Is that what you're describing?
Oh yeah, that's toxic masculinity.
Okay, that's what you're describing here.
Yeah.
All right. So now, true masculinity.
Yeah.
How would you describe that?
That's having a sense of respect for everybody you come in contact with, for for yourself and others. Being able to be in control of yourself. Would you say that? Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
And like being willing to lend a hand, and
absolutely. You're nice. You're kind. You treat others how you want to be treated.
Mm-hmm. You know how to take care of your business and stay out of other people's.
Absolutely.
Like,
wish America could do the same.
Yeah. America's turning into a Chad.
So, dude, what's going over there?
That's
wow, anyway, you're making money without me?
That want to go to the gym, bro? Like, look, we can hook something up. It's like, who are you talking? Who are we hooking up? That's a hooker off the street. That's not a nice word. But
that's definitely not.
What's the PC way? It's sex worker. I think is the politically correct.
Explicit stripper.
Cancellation. Here we go.
Segwist.
Oh boy.
All right. So
we're still figuring things out. If you can't tell.
All right. Do you think that the feminism movement is going to be in the long run, like 30, 40 years down the road? Do you think it's going to be beneficial or negligent?
It has the potential to be both.
Negligent?
Negative?
Negative.
Negative. There you go. Negligent. But it has the potential to be both, like anything. If it comes to a point where it actually promotes equality and stuff, and I just think if it's a healthy thing, which has the potential to be, yeah, I mean, it's kind of like anything. Like even with masculinity, there's a way to make it positive and for it to be positive. There's a way for it to end up being negative. That's where you like toxic masculinity. I think there is such a thing as toxic feminism.
I do think so.
Those are the ones,
the
women that want to kick indoors, take names, and say, anything you can do, I can do just as well or even better. It's like, calm down. Sit down.
It is actually scary because a woman thinks that she's as strong as a man. And if you had a woman bear hug a guy and measured the force of that,
yeah, and
then had a man just bear hug
you have to say same body weight. It's like same weight class, because there are women that would definitely be able to crush me in their like my spine will be broken.
That's big.
So there are women that can do that. They have the strength just to every bone in my body is broken. I'm paralyzed for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
So You have to specify within the same weight class.
Within the same weight class. All right. Like, if you put a man that weighed 130 pounds against a woman that weighed 130 pounds,
right,
the man would
kind
be
of
stronger.
Muscle build and stuff like
yeah,
that.
I mean,
same muscle build.
Man will be stronger. Genetics. Yeah. It's just how it is. But women can handle a child for 9 months and give birth to it.
Yeah, which, like, I don't think there's any male bodybuilder out there that's gonna be able to withstand that.
No.
Like, that's a tap out, no matter who it is.
I mean, there's husbands that like lift up on their stomach to relieve them, and they're like, "Good Lord, this is actually kind of heavy."
Oh yeah. No, babies are not like they have to carry around that
10 pounds.
around.
Yes. I mean, it's
that's a
the water. The embryo is growing. Everything is like. I mean, if you think about it, you come out at like 7 pounds.
Their body literally shifts to make room.
Yeah.
So everything just changes places. Like your entire body shifts. I'm like.
But it's able to is the problem.
Like, yeah, I'm not messing with that. Like, hey, women, y'all got that.
Like, look, I've had a kidney stone. That was the worst experience of my life.
Yeah.
All they could do was give me a shot of morphine and a heated blanket. And they're like, you gotta pass it. I'm like, this is gonna hurt.
Yeah.
Had me grabbing the wall, man. That was terrible. I couldn't imagine doing it.
Yeah.
No. Not happening.
Like, actually carrying a child's like...
That's crazy. But, I mean, it could also be the lead to a downfall.
Yeah. Like with anything, if it goes overboard, you run into a problem of, okay, now it's having a negative impact.
Yes, because then men are going to start to get fed up with it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. Because men, we only deal with so much. I feel like that statement just.
Well, there are the few of us that have the patience of the saint that can take.
Sometimes people be dancing on that nerve, man.
Oh yes. Even those of us with the
patience,
what I've been told, saint-like patience. You hit the wrong nerve, that fuse will fold in half. Like,
it's 100%.
Like, yeah. I don't know. Like with anything, it's got great potential for good. It's got potential for harm. It can be. It's always a mixed bag.
Now, going back to the masculinity, now is going to the gym. Is that just automatically toxic?
No, because you have people out there. There's actually a guy on YouTube who goes to the gym, and he always encourages people. Like, hey, to like going to the gym and stuff like that, be taking care of your body and all that. And if he sees people doing like toxic gym stuff, like if there's a chick who places the camera a certain way and does a specific workout to like really like show off her entire body, like you're showing off, making honestly a bit of a thirst trap type video.
Yeah.
He walks right in between the camera. Just like, because that's not what going to the gym is about. It's about going there, bettering yourself. And if there are other people that, hey, maybe they're not that big. They're coming to the gym. They don't know how to work out. They don't know what they're doing. Help them out, type thing. And that's the kind of thing he does.
I can get that.
Yeah, so it's just going to the gym doesn't make you toxic. If you go to the gym and you're just chatting out, for lack of a better term. There's a problem.
Can't stand those dudes.
Mm-hmm.
Frat boys. It's like almost.
I think like the stereotype.
Get some brewskis, dude.
Yeah. Keg stick.
Bono.
Oh, they're like, oh boy, the craziness.
Oh, so have you heard that like the East Coast has had over like 70,000 cyber attacks?
Oh, I think you've mentioned that before. I think
like,
that may have been
just recently
mentioned.
Against the power grid. They're trying to take over our power grid. Have you ever the flickering of the lights?
I also think too. So like, of course, you have the hacks and stuff, or by hacks happen, whatever. Also, No, that would be more West Coast, I think. Like the West Coast, there was a situation in California where all the EVs couldn't be charged because
there's not enough electricity.
Yeah. And a dude with a diesel generator is just like, come charge your car. $5 an hour. Like,
money, dude.
Yeah. And guess what you had to use? Diesel, something that has been, even though it burns cleaner than gasoline, has been under heavy attack. EPA regulations and all this. Like, yes, have regulations on it because it can be dirty, but it burns cleaner than standard gasoline.
It looks dirtier because of the coal per se, but
it burns more efficiently because you burn more of it.
Yeah, you're getting
literally
all of the burn.
It ignites on impact, but just compression is what ignites it.
Yes.
So
gotta love diesels.
So if any of you haven't clocked out yet on this random journey, thank you for sticking with us this long. It's a wild ride. Hopefully we're not canceled.
we could possibly get canceled. I mean, we can go down the rabbit hole.
But the rabbit hole is dark.
It's a dark rabbit hole.
It's very dark and it's complicated. You end up going, and then there are all the times you get stacked off on a path that leads absolutely nowhere. It's just a bunch of echo chamber.
Yeah.
It doesn't lead anywhere, but you know. People think it does. Oh.
Yeah, no.
Dinosaurs are killing people again.
Let's not go into Wonderland.
Huh?
We're not going into Wonderland.
No. It's a very strange, dark place, and you have to figure out what's fact and what's fiction. That can be very difficult when you start getting that deep into the hole.
Not yet, though. We might. Like a centimeter, foot, 2 feet in the hole.
We'll go. Let's dip our toe in a little bit.
Figure out
hope we
what's
don't
going
get
on in
snatched in.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Makes it like the sea angle. Or something. Good lord. We have decided that there is a definite difference between masculinity and femininity.
Femininity, yeah. But I think they're all, and there are some cases where some of that can overlap a little bit, like the going to the gym, stuff like that. Like there are different places.
Taking care of your body.
Yeah.
It falls under the same category.
Yeah, but there are definite differences.
What do you think about? Let me get my nails done. Let me get my lashes done.
If you're into that, go for it. Like, hey, you do you.
The
be
cumbrellas.
Beautiful. But
the cumbrellas.
There's a whole culture behind that people don't even know about.
Oh man.
That's not gonna. I think that's just kind of. It's gonna stick around. It's been around this long. It's something that's gonna keep happening. It's just kind of.
We'll just brush past that. Y'all don't know about that. If you do.
Oh boy.
Tell a friend.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Keep it going. Because that's what it is. It's not attractive.
Yeah, like you get extra. I naturally have long eyelashes, and just that can get annoying. I can't imagine tacking on lashes on top of that.
Because they're heavy, man. Like, why?
There's some of them, you see them blink and stuff, you can tell the glue's coming apart because they can't handle the weight of it.
Yes.
And you got one lash, like so your eyelashes are like hanging off on one side. This is like
that's rough, man.
Yeah. Like I don't think you really like. I don't know, my personal opinion. I don't think you have to add all that extra just to be beautiful. Just you can be beautiful without the extra. Like, but feeling like you do, I think that's toxic femininity. Feminism, toxic feminism, where it's like, in order to be beautiful, you have to have all this extra. Like,
no.
Like, makeup, all that stuff should enhance what you have. It should accentuate your natural.
Yeah, I should not be going home with a 10 and waking up with a 4.
Exactly.
With no alcohol. Just because you sweated like Shrek during the night and all your makeup dried off, or not dried off, but fell off. The pounds of makeup shedded itself.
Oh, talk about touchy subjects.
What they're not. They shouldn't be getting touched at all.
Oh, cancellation.
No, we're doing great.
We're doing fine. We're doing fantastic. No problems.
Everybody in the comments is gonna be like, boo.
Well, we look forward to seeing the comments.
We absolutely love women. All right, women, nice.
Amazing.
But we just need to bring some things to y'all's attention. And I'm sure there's things that need to be brought to our attention, like actually listening to a conversation. But
yeah, exactly.
But
and not just going off of our
when
own
you can
personal
say
experience.
something of sense, again, another point to bring up for the women.
Yeah, other people's experiences and would definitely add to the conversation.
Absolutely.
And most likely teach us a thing or two. So, you know, that's the thing. It could definitely
from
happen.
experience, out of experience.
Yeah.
Have no more experience. That'd be terrible.
If the only experience in the world was our experience, we would definitely be in trouble.
Everybody would have a very, very terrible look.
Yes, they would. We need other people's opinions to help shape our opinions so they're not trash.
Yes. Enjoy learning things.
Yes.
It's not that we have trash opinions. It's just we have
very specific viewpoints.
Yeah, we'll go with that. Specific viewpoints. We're going to end it on the question that we would want you to think about. We're going to have old Squirrel here read. It's on his notebook.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You gave it to me earlier, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Yes, we're professionals. Don't ever doubt that.
I'll be planning.
And
look,
know exactly what you're doing.
we're going to come back next time, and we're going to answer that question.
Yeah, so, yeah, random question is, if you were to take over an established country, how would you do it? Blaze came up with this question. Let us know in the comments down below if you have any ideas, if you would like to answer the question. If not, feel free to tear us apart. Because, you know, everybody loves a good cloud of daggers. And if you play D&D and you use magic, you probably know what that is. Or if you've touched Baldur's Gate 3 in the past, you know...
With hate comes love.
Yeah, okay.
You gotta think of it that way.
Yeah, so feel free, comment, like, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your haters, because we love controversy.
Oh, absolutely. We'll stir up the animosity in the comments, man. We'll be like, man, this dude cooking. How you gonna let him roast you like that?
So yeah, like, subscribe if you like what you see. Hit that notification bell for sure. Don't miss a beat. Be here this first video. Be here with us the whole way through. Watch us grow, change, come to know ourselves as a channel.
Grow with us.
Yeah, as a channel / podcast.
Like a chia.
All right. Well, this has been Squirrel.
Blaze, we're out.